don't mind me. I'm just telling Twitter that we're live. Though I'm pretty sure most people that would see that I'm going live on Twitter would also just get the notification on YouTube. So, but I'm just going to let people know just in case. I've always wanted to say, like, live now, tap in. Because I feel like that's a cool thing to say. I never say it, though. I just say live now. Okay. What's going on today, guys? What is going on today? Who do we have here right now? Critical X. Yodu, konbanwa. Avatar Desto. What the fuck is up, dude? How are you doing? Yes, Fami did absolutely own this chapter. Also, Fami's here. It's Fami and Yodu. Very nice. I'm glad to see that we're having the entire Chainsaw Man cinematic universe join in on the live stream. Universed! Hell yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Ooh, okay. My shit's up, like, super loud right now. The music that is playing in my ears. What now, Naita? I had an idea. Kind of unrelated to, anything we're going to be talking about today. I guess somewhat related. But, I told you guys last stream that there was a potential that, whatever chapters happen within the last 2 weeks of August will either be, late or have to go up the next day. And I hate doing shit late like that. I feel like I'd be really stressed about it. I'm not going to cancel them, but I might do those 2 chapter reviews. If there are 2 chapter reviews or 2 chapters in general, could just be 1 chapter, could be no chapters, though I assume a 3-week break between chapters would probably kill most of us. I'm thinking maybe we could do something, maybe a live stream, maybe a quicker, more concise discussion. I'm not sure what it's gonna be like, but I'm gonna improvise a little bit with that 1 or 2 chapter reviews that come out in the last 2 weeks of August. We're still a while away from that, but those ones should hopefully be the only chapter reviews of Chainsaw Man ever that I have to I have to do in a different way. FN Doomer, what's up? Welcome to the chat. 3 weeks break is when the Death Devil appears. Okay, that would be honestly my ideal situation is the last 2 weeks of August. There are no Chainsaw Man chapters. And then when they start back up in September, we get like a huge like Death Devil drop. And it was actually, I don't know, Kishibe the whole time. Kishibe is the Death Devil. Let's see. I kind of wanted to start off today. I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about because I decided, I feel like we had some great Chainsaw Man related discussion last week, but we also had a lot of great non-Chainsaw Man related discussion. As I feel like most live streams go, we have a variety of everything. It's mostly going to be, like these Monday night streams will mostly be Chainsaw Man focused. I feel like Chainsaw Man Monday is a thing now. But at the same time, I read a lot of stuff in the week, so I thought maybe I could also talk about other things that have happened in the past week. So it could be like a mostly Chainsaw Man focused thing, because that's where all the views come in from. But it could also be, you know, we all like, a lot of us like Jujutsu Kaisen. There was a pretty hype week of Jujutsu Kaisen. I know a few people here also like Insomniacs After School, which is a manga I very much like. I delayed the stream by 15 minutes so I could read the new chapter, but we could talk about that spoilerlessly for those who have not watched it. It'll mostly be Chainsaw Man today. What's up, Amelia? You forgot about the new chapter? Nayuta, hello. How are you doing? Oh my god. There she is. She's already here. Reading Pun Pun, early Pun Pun is what really punched me in the gut. Pun Pun, yeah. Pun Pun's one of those mangas that you just gotta let it fuck you up. I don't know, we talked a little about Mujina to the Deep last week too, which is the Asano's new manga. Let's see. First thing I wanted to talk about though, was Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki, just put out a new movie this past Friday called How Do You Live? In the West, it's going to be called The Boy and the Crane. I fucking love Miyazaki. I would not be a weeb without Hayao Miyazaki. So we're going to get to the Chainsaw Man in like 2 seconds. I just wanted to look through this article about how the new Miyazaki film did over the past weekend. What's up, bastard? Post-apocalyptic manga with plants, wild strawberry. Yeah, I'll check it out after this. Why not? I need new shit to look at. Avatar, Desto, and Bastard, both at the same time, saying something. Okay, I'll check that out. I'll check it out. All right. So, Studio Ghibli's How Do You Live opens to record box office haul. That's what you like to see. There was no promotion for that movie, by the way. No promotion. Same guy who did fucking Spirited Away, Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, Ponyo, Wind Rises. Absolutely zero promo for this movie. It seems that the box office totals for How Do You Live has been updated in Japan. New reports have confirmed the movie earned 17.5 million USD during its opening weekend. That would seem somewhat minuscule to us, but in Japan, that's actually pretty goddamn huge. It looks like Hayao Miyazaki had nothing to worry about, guys. The famed director came out of retirement a few years back, and it was then fans learned Miyazaki was working on a new film titled How Do You Live. At long last, the film has debuted as Japanese audiences were able to watch the hush-hush masterpiece this past weekend. Now, the box office reports are in, and it seems Studio Ghibli is enjoying lots of success with its new release. The update comes from box office trackers overseas as reports surfaced about How Do You Live's box office haul this weekend. During its opening, the movie raked in $11.3 million USD, or 1.56 billion yen. This means How Do You Live has the second highest grossing opening of any Studio Ghibli movie in Japan, so Miyazaki can rest well knowing many saw his film. I wonder what the first highest was. Was it Ponyo or something? I don't know. Maybe Spirited Away. I mean, Spirited Away is my favorite. Of course, it's easy to understand the director's fears when you look at the marketing. Or should we say, it's non-existent marketing. Studio Ghibli chose not to release any marketing or promotions for How Do You Live, save for a single poster. The vague key art left fans curious about Miyazaki's film, and without even a synopsis to guide them, How Do You Live was a true mystery to everyone who watched this weekend. Despite zero promotion, How Do You Live came out on the top of Japanese box office, and it has broken records for Studio Ghibli movies. Now, the question remains, how well will Miyazaki's film hold out long term? Spirited Away still reigns supreme as Studio's highest grossing opener. That makes a lot of sense. It's the best movie in the entire world, and it is the company's top grossing picture period. To date, Spirited Away has earned more than 31 billion yen at the box office. Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, and The Wind Rises make up the studio's top 5 earners, but with its current haul, How Do You Live has already usurped lifetime grosses of Studio Ghibli movies like My Neighbor Totoro and Castle in the Sky. If you want to see Studio Ghibli's new film, How Do You Live, if you want to see Studio Ghibli's new film, How Do You Live will hit American theaters this year. G-Kids has licensed the movie for an English release, and the movie will be titled The Boy and the Heron Overseas. At this time, no firm release window has been set for the flick, but reviews out of Japan shine favorably on Miyazaki's latest flick. What do you think about this incredible opening for Studio Ghibli? Do you plan on seeing The Boy and the Heron when it debuts? Let us know what you think in the comments, whatever. Let me know what you think in chat right now. First of all, I am so fucking excited for this. I think I might even do a video for this. I want to see if I can get into like an early screening. I know a guy who works at a movie theater. I'm gonna see if he can get me into an early screening of The Boy and the Heron or How Do You Live. As a huge Miyazaki fan, I am just dying to fucking see it. Yeah, that's amazing news though. What a crazy opening weekend for him. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch a bunch of Miyazaki films now. I do believe we did hear that, I do believe we did hear that the US, at least North America, is getting a late 2023 release of Boy and the Heron. Oh, Doomer, you checked out Mujina? Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I think I saw Zizu also checked it out. Why the wait? You know, I was actually thinking about that myself recently. I I was so upset because I was just like dying. I was just in a coffee shop the other day, just scrolling through reviews, refreshing reviews over and over again to see what people are thinking of the last Miyazaki film when it came out on Friday. I guess it was Thursday for me. Was it? I don't even remember. I was just in a coffee shop and I was scrolling desperately trying to get it to come up. And I was just kind of mad. I was just like, why can't I watch this right now? I want it so bad. Yeah, and I was thinking, like, for something so popular like a Miyazaki film, like, why couldn't it get a simultaneous release? Kind of like how we have simultaneously released for anime and manga. Like, who gives a fuck about a dub? Let's not wait for a dub. Let's get a subbed version out. Like, if we can get subbed anime out, simul drops for subbed anime, we can get simul drops for subbed Ghibli. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, I'm not ready for it either, Avatar Desto. Oh, a Miyazaki ranking in honor of his last film? I would be kind of down for that. But I like a lot of them. Actually, I have one somewhat of a hot take for Miyazaki. That would maybe make people upset. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take. I think a fun idea. I don't know if you guys like Papa Meat on YouTube, Meat Canyon, his second channel, Papa Meat, where he does videos like he just does a recent one where he watched all of the Insidious movies and ranked them. And I feel like maybe if I rewatch every Ghibli film, even though they're super long, at least Miyazaki Ghibli film, and then I rank them. I'm gonna write that down in my idea book real quick. That's a good idea, Desto. Does Disney still own desperation rights of Ghibli? Or distribution rights of Ghibli, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I know they're on HBO Max right now. I guess it's called Max now, not HBO Max. Give me a sec. I'm writing that down. Shit. Watch all Miyazaki films. Then rank them. I will do that. Mr. Yoshi, what's up, dude? How you doing? Let's all watch them together. There's a few I haven't seen as far as Miyazaki films go in specific. As far as Miyazaki films go, I've seen Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, Wind Rises, Spirited Away. Did I say Princess Mononoke already? I don't know. Either way, I've seen a bunch of Miyazaki films, and he's my favorite film creator, even though I haven't seen all of his films. I haven't seen Nausicaa. I haven't seen, I've seen Pompoko. I love Pompoko. I haven't seen Nausicaa. I haven't seen, Nausicaa? Whatever. I don't fucking remember how to say it. I haven't seen, Porco Rosso. Oh, obviously, Whisper of the Heart, but I don't know if Whisper of the Heart is... Actually, no, I haven't seen Whisper of the Heart. I've seen Cat Returns. I'm a fake fan. Cat Returns, I don't know if that's Miyazaki himself, but, yeah. Okay, we've teased around the Chainsaw Man enough. I think it's time that we finally actually do some Chainsaw Man discussion. Let's go back to me real quick. First of all, I have to show you guys something. A sneak peek for a video that's going to come soon. I don't know when. I haven't filmed it yet, but I have. I want to do it soon, though. 2 boxes of the Weiss Schwarz Chainsaw Man trading card game. And we could potentially get some pretty expensive cards in here. I think there are some cards that are worth up to $500 in this set. So I got 2 booster boxes of it. This is going to be 32 packs of Chainsaw Man cards. I have a few of them over here because I opened 2 packs that I bought on or that I had a friend get for me a while back. I showed you guys them on a stream once. These boxes are unopened, so we have 32 pristine sealed packs to look at. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I still haven't decided if I want to do a live stream for that or a video. Part of me wants to just do a video because I feel like that might be cooler. So, that's what I'm thinking. Galaxy Master, Carlos Valencia, what's up? Thank you for joining the party. Anime only characters or manga too? It's anime only, which is fucking cringe, dude. It's actually, okay, I like Weiss Schwarz. I actually have my my Weiss Schwarz cards. I like Weiss Schwarz as a concept. Are these all my Kaguya ones, or do I have my Chainsaw ones in here as well? Yeah, I have some Kaguya ones. I have some Chainsaw Man ones. I have, like, there's Makima. They're all just, like, screenshots from the anime, which I think is, I don't want to say lazy, but it feels kind of lazy, doesn't it? Yeah. That's the plan. I have some Chainsaw Man related stuff in my manga haul. I don't know when I'm going to film that one. I kind of want to do the cards first, because I feel like that's a little more hype. Yeah, no, literally, Desto's spitting straight facts in chat right now. The Chainsaw Man anime has basically made us go back in time merch-wise. Because, like, I have a bunch of shit with, like Reize on it. I have this book that has, like, the last page of Chainsaw Man Denji on it, but a colored version. Makima in her sexy beach dress. You know, like actual, like, manga stuff. Manga merch. I have a shit ton of it, and because I got it before the anime came out, and now everything's just fucking anime, dude. It's like everything after the Samurai Sword arc doesn't exist. I can't even talk about Reize or eating Makima jokes with cosplayers anymore. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. When I was at Anime Boston this past year, there were so many Chainsaw Man cosplayers. I actually felt bad because Chainsaw Man felt like the normie cosplay. Like, the year before, it was such a kindred, like, tight-knit community, because, like, there'd be a few Chainsaw Man cosplayers every now and then, because the anime wasn't out yet. But then I did a fun little Denji one of the days, and I just felt like a normie, because everyone was Denji. And I was like, damn, we're the normies now. We're the normies. So, sad. So sad. Nah, it's fun. I like that people are getting into a manga and anime that I am very passionate about. So it's fun to see people like it. You know? Yeah, once International Assassin comes, I hope for a Cosmo card, where she's just in the usual pumpkin itch costume. That'd be nice. I'm hoping that, I think Weiss Schwarz does do updates for new seasons of shows. Yeah, I did see someone dressed as the Gun Fiend, and I remember seeing like Gun Fiend, and then people being like, "Oh my god, it's so good," and just people blatantly spoiling shit for anime onlys. Yep. Yeah. So, we're the normies now, guys. We're the normies. Let's see. What are we looking at right now? Okay. So what happened this past week in the world of Chainsaw Man? We had a fantastic chapter. This past chapter, I know I keep saying that, I think the past, like, 4 chapters I've said are, like, some of my favorite all-time chapters of Chainsaw Man, and I really do mean that. I think that we've had a incredible streak of chapters over the past month and a half, because I know during the Falling Devil arc, there were a few, I don't want us to necessarily call them dud chapters, but they were less interesting chapters, and especially there were a lot of chapters where I struggled to find what to say in the actual chapter review portion, which, you know, it's tough when, you know, you get most of your views by talking about a manga series, and that week in the manga series, fucking, like, nothing of importance happens. It's just a fight scene or something. But we had a great run the past month. Funny enough, even though last week's chapter was so good, I had such a hard time getting that chapter out last week. That's why it was a little later than usual. I think I uploaded it at 5 p.m., where I try to get them out between, like, 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. But I uploaded it at 5, because I was just having so much trouble being in the mood for it. You know, I was feeling a little tired, so the filming part took a lot longer than it probably should have. I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna try to wake up. I'm gonna try to get enough sleep, and then I'm gonna try to just hop myself on caffeine and keep myself caffeinated through the entire thing, so I just don't tire out. You know, I had to do a coffee break in the middle of editing because I was just so tired. But we had a fantastic chapter. I think, you know what? one thing that I do feel like a lot of people are overlooking with the most recent chapter of Chainsaw Man, because obviously the Asa's cringy poem was hilarious, and there is a lot to digest there, but because the poem was so overbearing and funny, well, we kind of skipped over the fact that Yoru says that a war is coming, or war is nigh, war is upon us, whatever she said, and we really have a lot to think about there. Like, what does it mean? Like, what kind of power up is she gonna get? We actually, funny enough, we talked about what would a Yoru power up look like last week before we even knew that a war was coming. So Yoru just outright said it last week, which gave us a lot of fuel to work with as theory crafters. And yes, Fami cooked. Oh my god, Fami like going, can I eat that? Can I eat this? Can I eat this? Over and over again. It was so funny. I'm a big Fami fan. I think she's my favorite in part 2. So I got water on my glasses. I have water in my bottle, and I have Suntory whiskey ginger ale in my cup, because I wanted to treat myself. Yeah, you're welcome, Fami. You're welcome. All right. So, in usual, what the fuck did I press? In usual, Chainsaw Man pre-release stream fashion, I have pulled up some stuff on Reddit that I thought you guys would find interesting. Funny enough, in last week's stream, after I finished the stream, the VOD was posted to my channel. I got a comment on that VOD where someone says, "Yeah, you look like you'd scroll through Reddit." I think this person was trying to be mean when they said that, but I don't really, like, what does that mean? What does it mean that you look like you scroll through Reddit? Like, is there a stereotypical look for people that use the website? Is that supposed to mean that, like, maybe I look like I don't get bitches or something? I don't know. It was a very bizarre comment to get, because I was just like, what is this an own? Is this an insult? Like, what is this? I don't even know. It was very confusing. But yeah, I pulled up some shit on Reddit for you guys to look at again. AJGR, what's up? How are you doing? Marxist Copenist, how are you doing? What's up? I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Oh yeah, Fujimoto forgot the scars. Yeah, that was pretty big, right? Forgot the scars on Yoru in that one scene. Yeah, right here. So, someone had a cool little theory that I thought I wanted to share with you guys when it came to this most recent chapter, but Chainsaw Man Part 2 as a whole, and the character of Yoru as a whole. So I'm not going to show you the pictures yet. I'm going to show you what the theory is. I can't sleep, so here's Asa slowly merging into the War Devil to point out where their personalities will no longer be distinct. Oh, actually, this isn't the theory that I thought it was. This is still pretty cool, but I thought, this person is speculating maybe the absence of scars is intentional. Oh, that's not supposed to be Yoda. That's Asa. But we have these moments where they look so alike here. And then there's the one cool panel that I wanted to talk about in last week's chapter review, but this panel in particular, where it's like they share one eye on Yoru's side of her face. The overlap. I thought that was very, very cool, where like you can like cover Yoru, and it still kind of, it just looks a little droopy, but it still kind of looks somewhat natural. Super cool though. It could be that even though the maybe the Fight Club theory doesn't hold quite as much water as we once thought it did, it could be maybe that we're going into a Fight Club theory where, not necessarily the Fight Club theory, but Asa and Yoru are merging into one potentially. Is a cool little theory that was on there. Yeah, Asa Kung Fu Chop was pretty funny. What's up, Sushi Bins? How are you doing? I don't know if there's any good comments here, but it's not just the shot composition. They switch in and out of the body much more quickly and without protest, and their dynamic has completely changed. Before it was like a hostage talking to her captor. Now it's more like two sisters bickering. I really, really like the idea of them fusing together, and this is a good sign of them becoming a lot closer. And it'll make the guilt all the greater. Asa sword. Don't say that. I don't like that. Don't put that evil on us. So let's see. Oh yeah, Family most likely took this picture at Family Burger. It's the only place where Denji was in this form without Makima around to detect her. I mean, I don't think Fami took the picture herself. I'm certain there was a picture taken of Denji that Fami now has, but they, like, I don't think Fami took this picture. It's just the Fami showing the picture of Black Chainsaw Man versus Red Chainsaw Man. Which also, that's another huge thing that we should probably talk about at some point. Finally, the distinction between Black and Red Chainsaw Man being made in the manga. Yeah, Fami invisibility powers. It could actually, you know, Universe brings up a good point. She could have been eating in there because she's such a hungry motherfucker that, yeah, she could have just been eating when Denji showed up. Or Chainsaw Man showed up. Black Chainsaw Man, not Red Chainsaw Man. It wasn't Denji. Considering how wary Yodo has been about Fami in the past, even regarding her as crazy, it sure didn't take much for her to more or less go over to her side. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Yodo's necessarily, like, on her side. That is a funny panel, though. The, oh? Like, she's kind of making, like, a bit of a semi-pog face there. Let's see. There was one theory in particular I had pulled up. That was how to tell the difference between... It wasn't necessarily a theory. It might have actually been true. But how to tell the difference between Yodo when she's taking over Asa's body and Yodo when she's a figment of Asa's imagination. I think the theory was that when Yodo is in pigtails, when she has her hair tied back into two ponytails or pigtails or twin tails or whatever, when she does that, that means she's in Asa's body. It's Yodo in Asa's body, but when her hair is long and not tied back, it's Yodo as a figment of Asa's imagination. I think that was the theory. I don't know where I had it pulled up, though. Oh, another thing. People were really cooking this week with Chainsaw Man and Chainsaw Man discussion. Unlike Denji, Asa's name and probably address are public. She's gonna get stalkers. So this picture, I love you, Asa. I went to your house, but nobody opened the door. Something like that. Kind of creepy. I think the negative aspects of being loved by the public will be explored heavily in this arc, along with parasocial relationships. They're both already set up in other characters like Denji, Yoshida, and Yuko, so there's plenty of contrasts. Denji is also famous, but his identity is secret. Yuko was a crazy fan. Yoshida seems to think parasocial relationships are a good thing. Fujimoto doesn't shy away from heavy themes or societal commentary, so her having to deal with creepy fans is a very real possibility. I hope Yodo kills them all. What? Wait, what? What? I hope Yodo kills them all. It's a good opportunity to get better weapons. The fuck is this shit? Why? Okay, that last part was a little, Huh. Asa becomes famous. Check. There'll probably be a fan club about her. Yodo can turn them all into weapons. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. Okay, well, where the fuck did that come from? Dear Lord. Yeah, that's the theory, that whenever Yodo is a hallucination, her hair is down. Considering how much of the Family Burger staff that Pochita killed, Kobeni's probably the manager now. That'd be really funny. That would suck, dude. She looked like she hated that job. Oh, okay. This is something... I'm going to save this for later because I thought this was fun. I'm going to save this for, like, probably last, I think. To talk... Not last in the Chainsaw Man heavy thing to talk about. But don't put any guesses in now. Don't even look at this. We're going to talk about that later. Someone just put in a good... a funny little thing about their prediction for how next chapter will go. 1, Asa just killed a devil and is being interviewed. She's nervous but kind of likes the attention. 2, Denji shows up and Chainsaw Man merchant tries to confront her on stealing the spotlight. Rash decision would Naita approve. Asa responds and then gets mad and yells at him for standing her up, all being filmed, of course. Denji tries to respond with something about Chainsaw Man, but can't reveal he's him, or why he stood her up because of Yoshida and Naita. Asa gets emotional and tells him she's only alive because of Chainsaw Man, and that she's fighting devils to help him. True. Denji remembers how depressed she was, and gets really conflicted about it. He shuts down. Shot of Yoshida looking smug or worried. This all gets televised for drama, and Asa gets a lot more support from fans. I don't know if it's exactly going to go like that. I thought it was a fun little idea or prediction. Or I hope Yoda takes over to be interviewed like she did with, when they met Yoshida, because she's so good at behaving like a fellow human. I feel like Asa would be too scared. Scared of being in public to let Yoda switch with her. I don't think she's going to be comfortable in front of a camera if she gets interviewed. Yeah, I guess AJGR, you're kind of right. Yoda did say that she wanted to turn as many humans into weapons as possible, so maybe that last person who had that really fucking weird footnote on their post could have been right. That I want to see Avatar Desto. What Avatar Desto said, Denji becoming a public safety devil hunter would be fucking sick. That would be my dream for the next few chapters, or at least at some point in Chainsaw Man. Oh, God, it feels so weird. I wish I organized these in a way that was kind of coherent, because now we're going straight from a prediction for the chapter to Reize song lyrics analysis. Things that have happened. They went to the aquarium to see dolphins and penguins. Happened. The rest in the afternoon. Happened. Chapter 120. So what did we do in the morning? Happened as well. We'll reminisce and remember. And then we'll not remember. So all this happened. The only thing that hasn't happened is spending the night in the church. I don't know what this means. I guess Church of Chainsaw Man. So, wow, what the fuck? I used to be so team, Reize's song probably won't be that important going forward. Like, all these things that have happened are just, like, somewhat of a coincidence. And all the theories people made about the Reize song, her Russian song, I always thought, like, guys, this is, like, kind of a stretch. I don't know if I believe it. But the more and more shit that actually, like, feels relevant, they did go to an aquarium. There was a date at the aquarium. There was a rest and reminisce and then not remember the reminiscing. That did happen. And then now there's the Chainsaw Man church, so there is a church involved in Chainsaw Man. So, I guess maybe it was some kind of premonition. And at the same time, is it just supposed to be foreshadowing by Fujimoto? Or is it just like a cool little Easter egg? Or did potentially Reize know things would happen? Maybe she has a contract with the Future Devil. That's a dumb fucking reach speculation. It's not even a real speculation. I'm just, like, talking out of my ass. But, you know, it actually, like, now I am completely subscribed to the belief that Reize's Russian song in chapter 40 whatever actually meant something. And it was chapter 40 whatever. I know what happened in the 40s. God, I'm such a fucking nerd that I know that shit. Yeah, Fujimoto's cooking this for 5 years. God damn. Yeah, blood is cooking perpetual stew. Yeah, who would have guessed Reize's song would have been about another girl? Damn, sheesh. So Marxist Kobenetz brings up a good point. I wonder if Fujimoto had this in mind when he was planning part 2. I do believe he didn't even know there was going to be a part 2 until around International Assassins arc. I do believe that part 2 wasn't even conceived, until International Assassins. So there's that. Oh, I just thought this was cute. Someone did different Asas that they've done throughout time, like Joker Asa, no mouth, regular, Yoru, Reize, power, regular, then Agni. I like the Agni one at the end. Okay. Oh, okay. This is also another cool theory that I wanted to show you guys, because I thought I actually liked this one, and I could see this happening. I didn't even think about this, but theory. We will get Asa Den hand-holding scene, and we'll make Asa realize Denji is Chainsaw Man. Because you see, Chainsaw Man grabs her by the hand, or Denji grabs her by the hand, It's Denji's human hand. She can feel it. She can feel his warmth is human. She said that in her cringy poem. But yeah, she's holding his hand. So the feeling of Chainsaw Man grabbing her hands has to be burned in Asa's memory now. He just saved her from a suicide attempt, and she's clearly grateful for it. And he was grabbing her hands and arms the entire time. So she will probably recognize Denji's grip as Chainsaw Man's if he ever grabs her hand in a similar way. This would be a really good way for her to start suspecting Denji is Chainsaw Man. It would generate a lot of internal conflict for Asa in a very believable way. If Denji can recognize Makima's bite in Nayuta, Asa recognizing the grip isn't far-fetched at all. Just imagine how good that sequence would be. Imagine a cliffhanger, Asa and Denji running somewhere happy, probably mirroring the aquarium scene in 116, and then Denji pulls her with him, and suddenly we get a close-up of Asa's horrified face as she realizes who he is. Yoda's reaction would be priceless. It would fit very well with Fujimoto's very visual storytelling method. Almost no dialogue would be needed during the scene. Mirai Psycho, the future is the best. So yeah, I can see that. I think that'd be cool. Like maybe like we get like a handhold scene. It's epic. You know, this is what we've been waiting for this entire time. And then there's like a flash to like this scene in Asa's mind. She just sees this in her head. Maybe like a filter over it to show that it's a flashback. And then like you see her face and it's just like, maybe not a pog, maybe not an ugly pog fish face like I did, but yeah. Do I think the manga's picking up pace? I mean, yeah. I think the past few chapters in specific have really, really kind of turned the heat up a little bit. It's very weird. Whenever I think about the current state of Chainsaw Man in Part 2, when compared to around the same time in Chainsaw Man Part 1, it does feel so different. It feels very, very different. Not in a bad way, but it feels like two completely different manga sharing the same universe. Which is why I really hope that in the future, even after Chainsaw Man finishes, Fujimoto still does stuff in the universe. Kind of like Araki with JoJo's. Like if we could get like a Chainsaw Man universe Bizarre Adventures, like Devil Hunter's Bizarre Adventures, I think that'd be fucking sick. Okay, what else we got? Oh, okay, this is another cool theory, because obviously Fami's all about starvation. There's a theory that Fami is trying to starve Denji of love to make Pochita come out. I haven't read this yet, I just saw that I saw the title post, and I thought it would be cool if we looked over it together. Alright. Fami is trying to starve Denji of love. Fami wants Yodo to kill Pochita. Stripping all of Denji's support systems and crushing his dreams would make Pochita come out. Plus, if her pawn power also works on emotional starvation, she could control him. Plus, she's probably lying to Asa about saving Red Chainsaw Man, and this would allow Yodo to fight Chainsaw Man even if Asa backpedals. Denji has been deprived of almost everything he uses as support. He was forced to stop being Chainsaw Man, the title was taken from him by Fake Saw, and now Asa is stealing the spotlight. The only thing left now is Nayuta. Dear fucking lord, do not put that evil upon us. I know some people, both on Reddit and in comments, have theorized that maybe Nayuta isn't going to live through Chainsaw Man as a series. Maybe it could just be Fami taking Nayuta away from Denji, who could tell. Fami does seem like the shystiest character right now, so I could see her maybe isolating Denji in that kind of environment. But I thought this is a very interesting post that I feel like we should definitely come back to at some point. So I'm going to save that. TLDR, Fami is preparing Denji to turn into Pochita. Wait, what? Fami is preparing Denji to turn to Pochita, so she has a backup plan if Asa sees through her manipulation, refuses to hurt Red Chainsaw Man in any way. This could make Asa feel incredibly guilty if she finds out that her refusal to work with Fami led Fami to kill Denji's sister. This would mean that Fami either anticipated public safety, stopping Denji from becoming Chainsaw Man, or she manipulated them into it herself with the church. So, that's fucking juicy. I can see that. One I am. Hi, Jake. Hey, Jakey Poo. What's up? How are you going? I'm pretty sure I know who that is. If I remember correctly. Hey, hey. I forgot to do Chainsaw Man tomorrow, but now I'm seeing you're live. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited as well. Ah, Sheen Altima, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Fammy with the photo has so much meme potential. Someone made a really funny meme format where it was Fammy going what was she saying? Are you gonna eat that? No, can I eat this? But every time she says it, there's a green page next to it, so you could like green screen in whatever you want. So there's some very funny meme potential with that. Yeah, oh my god. Straight bangers, dude. Straight bangers. Yeah, I really hope that Fammy doesn't kill Naruto, because I like Fammy and I don't want reasons to hate her, even though I know she's shiesty as fuck. Oh yeah, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse have a strange passion for plain white bread. Jake, are you gonna eat that? Starving Indian children. I don't eat children, so you can finish that for me. Yeah, lots of good bread eating panels. Sliced bread, yeah, very cheap, a very inexpensive devil to keep, aren't you? That's what Denji said. White bread. I think Secret Doves changed his profile picture to this on Twitter because he's a big Yodu fan, and when there was a new Yodu image that dropped, he was very, very excited by that. Oh my god, I don't know if I can probably leak this. Are you guys familiar with Secret Doves? Do you know his channel, or do you know him on Twitter? Because he has a decent, I think he has like over 1K followers on Twitter, and he gets a lot of interactions with his tweets. So I'm assuming a lot of people that use Twitter are active in Chainsaw Man communities have either seen his tweets or already follow him. And I'm probably leaking this right now. And Doves, if you're here, I'm sorry. Let me know if I can or can't talk about this. But if you're not here, nobody tell him I'm saying this. He probably doesn't care. But I do believe starting soon, we're going to be doing some kind of Chainsaw Man podcast of sorts. Like recap kind of thing. It'll be different from the chapter reviews in these streams. And it's not going to be a weekly thing, I don't think. Like maybe if something bussin' happens, we can talk about it. I'm definitely leaking that right now. And it's too late. I already told him that there's no take backsies now that he invited me to join him. So no take backsies, Doves, if you're here right now. I've seen some complaints about how Asa has some character regressions with her memory being erased by Nayuta. What are your thoughts on this? Huh. It's an interesting theory. I don't necessarily think she's had character regression. I just don't think she's had character progression. That's what I think. Actually, that's a fantastic question. I haven't seen anyone talk about that, but I don't think Asa has progressed as a character all that much. I think she's always been like immature and like kind of not necessarily like full of herself, but you know, like a little bit like how a lot of people speculate she's on a spectrum or something based off of her actions. Like it's one of those things. Like her as a whole, like Asa, I feel like has been an incredibly consistent character. Where will it be available? I'm pretty sure YouTube. I think it'll be YouTube. I don't know if anyone would listen to it if it was like on like Amazon podcasts or Spotify podcasts or something. Yeah, the only thing that's changed is she has a crush on Chainsaw Man now. That's how I feel about it too. As a bread fan, though, I respect the Horsemen of the Apocalypse eating plain bread. Makima does eat salad, though. I had a Caesar salad the other day, and it was bussin'. I always avoided salad because it's yucky green stuff. I want a burger. I want, like, good fucking... I want chicken nuggets. You know, all that good stuff. All those carbs and calories. But I had a salad, and it was bussin', so... I guess I'm a salad guy now. Whew. There's definitely a difference between character progression and character development. Asa's character hasn't progressed because it's still the beginning of her story. Yeah, no, I feel you there. I guess she's had development, but not progression. I feel you. No, that's a very great way to put it. I do agree that I feel like maybe the plot of part 2 so far could go a little faster. Not that I think it's slow, and I love part 2. Part 2 has been amazing. It's been everything I could have hoped for and more. It's been more than what I could have ever hoped for by a country mile. But especially because I think it's funny when I think back at where part 1 was versus where part 2 is now, around the same points in their lifespans. They do feel like different manga, and I think the reason for that is how fast-paced part 1 was. And it's not a bad thing. I don't think slowing down is necessarily a bad thing, but I hope to see more variety going forwards, which is what we get now. We're getting like I want to keep the same of what we have right now, where we get some chapters where it's very like developmental, like nothing crazy happens, and then other chapters where it's like balls to the walls, like Family Burger every fucking chapter, Yeah, I agree with Kobenist as well that part 1 didn't even make that much progression until the end. At least story progression wise, because there was a lot happened in part 1 in a very short amount of time. Because I think a lot of people forget that 97 chapters in the grand scheme of things isn't that long for a manga. And Chainsaw Man part 1 was definitely a bit of a fever dream. It started, it was balls to the walls, and then it ended. Then part 2 started, and it's still obviously Fujimoto. It's still got his trademark style, but it's different. It's good different though. So I guess I understand if people don't like it as much, but I personally love it. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. Let's see. Oh, German Crunchyroll posted an image that's just fucking Reize. I don't know what this means. I don't think this means we're getting any kind of announcement anytime soon, even as much as I would fucking love one, because I'm dying for an anime announcement of some sort. How is it that Hell's Paradise could get a season 2 announcement like a few weeks after it's fucking, dare I say, not that great anime ended, and then Chainsaw Man gets fucking not a peep with the most dedicated and loyal, beautiful fucking adaptation possible, with a team that clearly loves the IP, and we get dick. We get fucking nothing. And I love Hell's Paradise, but you cannot tell me that the Hell's Paradise anime was all that great when compared to Chainsaw Man. You can't tell me that. There was a lot of stuff that I think left me desiring more of the Hell's Paradise anime as a fan of the manga. So, my thoughts on that is, what is this the horse shit? What is this that I am fucking being subjected to right now? We already knew it was going to get season 2. Hell's Paradise was announced as having split cores? Oh. But so then is it going to be season 1? Is it still going to be season 1, or is it my confusion with that is, was the announcement that we're getting Hell's Paradise season 2, or are we getting Hell's Paradise core 2? So maybe that's where my confusion is. I'll have to look that up at some point, maybe now, or if anyone else knows the answer to that. But praying for a Bomb Girl movie. I wouldn't necessarily be upset, I think, actually, if I remember correctly, that would work out pretty well pacing-wise. Reize's hair looks darker in the anime. Yeah, it looks like it's probably just, like, plain black when it was maybe, like, somewhat bluish in the manga. Let's see. When the anime gets to part 2, people better not start any ship wars. No need to have any more toxicity on the internet. There are definitely going to be ship wars. There's going to be ship wars when season 2 of the anime comes out. Like, Makima enjoyers versus Power enjoyers versus true Reize kings. We're going to get all that. The thing is, I want to reread part 1 again, even though I've read it like 15 times. I want to reread it. And just to re-feel how I felt with Denji and Reze. They had such a fantastic relationship. Not like really, but like oh god, it was just such a great story. So honestly, Bomb Girl arc shit, like that's the type of beat I'm hoping we get with part 2. You feel me? That shit was just so good. It's some of the best manga in existence, in my opinion. Which also like going back to the anime, it points out again how big of a bag fumble it was to not have Bomb arc in the first season, which is why people keep throwing the mid accusations at Chainsaw Man. I saw a post on I think it was the Trash Taste subreddit, where it was one post it was 3 posts from Trash Taste clips, where one of them was like, was Chainsaw Man overhyped? Or did Chainsaw Man live up to the hype? Then the other one was Chainsaw Man lived up to the hype. And then the last one was, did Chainsaw Man flop? And it's just like, first of all, like, I feel like they should have had me on the podcast to talk about this as an actual Chainsaw Man expert. But it's just like, I do think that any and all miscalculations in numbers that happened when it came to the Chainsaw Man manga, we can 100% blame the decision to not make it 2 core. I believe that. I believe that it would have done better than Jujutsu Kaisen numbers if they had Reze arc. On God, no cap, for real. It should have adapted part 2 to, or all of, wait, was it? All of part 1 to avoid this nonsense? Yeah. Which series do you think is better when it's firing on all cylinders, JJK or Chainsaw Man? So I've talked about this before. That's actually a fantastic question. I still, obviously I like Chainsaw Man more because this channel. Obviously I like Chainsaw Man more. When firing on all cylinders, JJK at its best is really good. The arc that we're in now at the anime, the Gojo Past arc, the hidden inventory and premature death, that is like I think that's my favorite JJK arc, and it's good. It's really good. Shibuya Incident, when Shibuya Incident gets into the thick of it, it's fantastic. That said, Chainsaw Man still takes the cake. Cause thinking about, I genuinely think that Bomb Devil or Bomb Girl arc is probably my favorite arc in manga. The more I think about it, I think the more I know I change my answer all the time between International Assassins and Bomb Girl, but just thinking about Bomb Girl as a closed off story of its own, it is just such a fantastic arc, start to finish. The story is amazing. The characters are like S tier all around, and how the characters are used are S tier all around. Everyone has a fantastic moment, like Aki playing dead on the ground in order to fight Reze. Reze's entire fake out, especially I remember reading for the first time the chapter where she strangles the assassin to death while singing the Russian song. That like huge like fake out, like, oh my god, she's maybe not as innocent as she seems. Everything, and then like Kobeni and Violence being little cowards running away from the fight, I also thought was fantastic. It's just such an amazing arc, start to finish. Assassins as well. I do love Assassins, but yeah. I would say I would disagree that JJK at its best is a very good shonen, while I would say JJK at its best actually does break some pretty oppressive shonen tropes. I would say like in Shibuya Incident and Gojo arc, I think it's a little unusual. It has a twinge of unusual, even though it's still clearly a shonen manga. I think those are great for a reason. I think a lot of JJK can kind of fall under battle shonen category, but I think part of why everyone likes it so much is because it does kind of break away from a few norms. Yeah, JJK Season 2, the vibe is fantastic, dude. I love it. I think that's my favorite arc in Jujutsu Kaisen. Bomb Girl didn't live up to the hype for you. Your expectations are high. That could be it. I guess maybe if you're going into it thinking like, oh, this is gonna be life changing, and also like if you go into it knowing that there's something special about Reze, I think that kind of ruins it. When I read it, Reze was just this like new girl that looked like she was coming in to steal Denji's heart, and she was kind of like she kind of had like goth chick showing up at the party vibes. She kind of reminded me of Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So I was immediately like just like swept away with Reze. I was like, yes, Reze, best girl. I was definitely and I'm still a Reze lover, but oh yeah, shit. Bomb Girl Arc has Sharknado, making it an easy 10 out of 10. Exactly, Desto. So that's where like I feel like Bomb Girl is definitely ruined by knowing anything about it. So I could see that. If you knew that something special was happening, then yeah. Chainsaw Man is like JJK. If it doesn't care for shonen tropes altogether. The biggest thing is that Fujimoto doesn't care about power scaling. Exactly, and I think that's part of the passion and the fun. I knew Reze was not what she seemed, but still loved the arc. I definitely, like, there was like a twinge in the back of my mind, because obviously the entire time Makima was not what she seemed, and we all knew that. Reze, definitely, I don't know, she seemed like it was one of those things where, like, I could see something happening, but, like, I was just, like, she seems innocent, she seems fine, and then she wasn't. Hot take, I love Den Reze, but I feel like Asaden has more potential. No, you're right, True Heart. Also, what's up, True Heart? How are you doing? You're right. It definitely, Asaden has way more potential. And like as a ship, like Denji and Reze was never gonna happen after how things ended up. Even though Denji did try to run away and give up his life to go with her. But yeah. Asaden has much more potential. I agree. Actually, Shin Ultima, I do agree that Bomb Girl is like the best representation of Chainsaw Man. I think I do think it's the best in the series. But it's like neck and neck with International Assassins. It is very indicative of Chainsaw Man, though. I do agree with that. Here, I love the discussion going on right now. I'm just gonna fill my water bottle real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Also, sorry there's like boxes and shit in my room right now. I'm in the process of moving, so I have to like pack up my entire office. So that's why I've got some boxes on the cup chair right now. Alrighty. I filled my water bottle with tap water because the city of Boston has some of the cleanest tap water in the entire world. This is actually a true fact. And also, I'm not scared of tap water. The true ship is Asa / Yardu X Reze, War and Bomb. Yeah, no, that would be a good pairing, don't you think? I agree with you. Yeah, go Bennett speaking the gospel. Alright, yeah, so I love the Reze discussion or Bomb Girl discussion, anime discussion as a whole. I do hope we get some kind of announcement with the anime soon. Because I know that there's been all kinds of sad rumors going around that maybe Mappa doesn't want to do any of it, doesn't want to do it anymore. Maybe they don't want to put the money or time into it when there's other more lucrative projects. Because if you think about it, if Hell's Paradise did so well, and it did do decently well, if it did so well with like maybe a less passionate and crazy budget, it does make it more easily green-lightable. They probably made a better profit off of Hell's Paradise in the long run. Like, at least when compared to how much money was put into it. What if Reze returns and ends up becoming the nuclear bomb devil? That'd be kind of fucked. All right, let's move on to anime stuff. Oh, the relationship graph. Okay, I was reading this earlier trying to make sense of this. I think green means eating. Red means love, I guess. Blue means like close familiar bond. Orange means alliance. Yellow means family. And black means enemy, I guess. Okay. Let's give this a look. Now that we have it down. Actually, it might be easier for you guys to see it if I have it in this view. So, we can see that, obviously, Denji and Chainsaw Man. Ex-potential partners, Denji and Asa. Crush now on Chainsaw Man, but maybe not Denji. BFF, family. all of them come back to bread. Yoshida doesn't eat bread. I like how they have Yoshida being in love with Denji. Obviously, Haruka Isayumi kind of standing Chainsaw Man, but also maybe being an enemy / ally, who knows? Yoru being a enemy to Black Chainsaw Man, which is also Pochita now. Sister. But why is the sister stuff here yellow, but the family stuff here is blue? I don't know. It's all so confusing. Yeah, bread is the goat. That's the true takeaway from all of this shit. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this is the post I was talking about before. How to know whether Yoru is currently controlling Asa's body or not. I've seen some people thinking that Yoru wasn't controlling the body in the latest chapter, so here's a trick to know whether Yoru's currently controlling Asa's body or not. I could see in the latest chapter, there was a scene where Asa would close her eyes and then open them up and she'd have the scar as Yoru. So I think like that's how it's going to look in the anime when it finally happens. As she like kind of like is like she's looking up, close her eyes, look down, and then look up again. She has the scars, something like that. But if Asa's hair, or if hair is untied, that's hallucination Yoru. Makes sense. If hair has pigtails, Yoru is controlling Asa's body. Also makes sense. Note, there are 3 times in which Yoru's hair is untied while controlling Asa's body. That's only because Asa gets her hair untied previously. So Yoru took over her body just to eat bread. You said sister, and I thought you meant the show for a second. Also, what's up, Brian? How are you doing? Thanks for coming back, dude. Good to see you again. I mean, see you, but... I mean, see your comment. But still see you. I feel like you're here, King. And for the uninitiated, Brian is going to one day open up the world's best game bar, arcade type thing for... all Canadians, which I still hope you're on that. You must do that for the good of Canadians everywhere. And the good of me, actually. So that I can go there, even though I'm not Canadian. Alright. I hope when she first takes over her body, they zoom in and show the scar slowly appearing, and then afterwards just doing a quick appearance of the scar. That'd be cool if they at least show, like maybe it's like a magical girl transformation or something. Oh, it's just a meme I thought was funny. Asa and Denji dancing around each other, unknowingly bickering, flirting, fighting to save and help each other. Then the Haruka subplot, where it's like fucking SpongeBob on 40 Benadryl. It does seem like Haruka Isayumi's plot is going to end up being very tragic and sad when compared to everyone else's story, where like... It just feels like there's something very dark and sinister in the subplot where this poor kid who loves his local superhero is getting manipulated into doing these things by these powers way above him. I do feel bad for him. I do dislike him as a character because he's annoying, but it's funny to say that I hate him too. But I do feel very bad for him. It feels like his life is spiraling out of his control. Even though he wants to be cool, he wants to be in control, he wants to be like Chainsaw Man. They're just powers above him that are manipulating him in every which direction. Making him make an ass out of himself on TV, and whatnot. I feel like he's just some insecure guy that wants to be loved. I agree. I don't necessarily hate any characters in Chainsaw Man, especially in part 2 right now. But I feel like it's like funny to hate Haruka. Like it's part of the meme, you know? Whew. Oh yeah, this is another thing that maybe points to Asa and Yoda becoming more and more like each other. Do you think Asa and Yoda are influencing one another? This panel makes me think that they're slowly blending together into one being. Kind of like how we were talking about earlier about how it could be like the Fight Club theory, but actually real. Yeah, so it could be that they're maybe blending into one being. I don't know what people are thinking about it. IDK, but it's funny as fuck how Asa was ready to throw down hands despite being a ghost. That was pretty funny. I also thought it was funny how, like, the difference between Asa and Yoru's fighting style, where Yoru is more of, like, a boxing gal, and Asa's more of, like, a karate gal. That's the nicest thing Jake has ever said about Haruka. It's true. I don't actually hate him. It's just, I'll continue to say that I hate him, actually. I will. You'll see me in videos. Do not expect me to fucking hold back. I will talk about that guy like he's fucking the scum of the earth, but I don't dislike him. It's just part of the meme, you know? So you're still on the road to becoming a Pokemon legend, but certainly still on the arcade stuff. Good. Please, keep it going. I'm doing pretty good. I'm also on the road to becoming a Pokemon master. I want to do, because I don't know if you were here for the stream where I said this. I'm going to be streaming much more again, probably in September. Starting in September, then going for a long time after that. But I want to do a Pokemon Emerald Rogue live stream. I don't know if any of you guys are Pokemon fans, but Pokemon Emerald Rogue is like one of the hardest emulated Pokemon games online, where it's like a challenge where you catch your Pokemon. It's a Nuzlocke, and you have to play a very hard version of the game. Me as a fucking Pokemon legend, as the GOAT, I think I'll be fine. But there are a lot of like really good Pokemon players that I know that stream it, and they have a hard time with it. Like Blunder, I'm a huge Blunder fan. And I watched his streams of that, and I kind of want to do it too. So I'm stealing that idea, and I'll probably do a Pokemon Emerald Rogue live stream at some point. Also, sorry for touching my mic. I don't know if that made a sound or not. Yeah, and when I said something about emulated Nintendo, that was a joke. I was talking about Minecraft. If there's a Avatar Desto, if there is a demand for Pokemon streams, you will not see any complaints from me. I would be happy to do more of them. I do. I actually have Emerald. I have Emerald with me right now. Emerald's my favorite Pokemon game too. So technically, I own Pokemon Emerald, but I'm just gonna be playing a spicier version of it. Yeah. Let's keep the Chainsaw Man going real quick. And then I have a few more things I want to talk about, too. Fami tilts her head to show how hungry she is. I don't know how true this is. I think she just fucking tilts her head because that's her thing. It's a cute anime girl thing to do. You still have Inbox Emerald? Like, unopened? Dog, that's gonna be so much. That's worth so much fucking money. I have Emerald. But it's like, it's open. I've been playing it for, like, over, like, 18 years. So, I don't have, like, a pristine Emerald, but if you have Emerald in the box, that's, like, yeah, loose Emerald's, like, $200+. Yeah, absolutely. That, if you have in-box, it's open but great condition, you could still probably get a shit ton for that if you still have the box. Dude, oh my god. When I go to Japan, I want to get, the Japanese version in-box, too. I feel like getting stuff in Japanese is the easiest way to get it in-box still. Yeah, I think the Fami head tilt thing is like, overstated. I feel like it's just a flavor thing. Like when she's animated, I could see her just like there being scenes of her just tilting her head and shit. I think that's just what she does. It's part of her charm though. That's why I like her so much. She's always tilting her head. Maybe she's hungry though. So let's read the theory. You're eating that plane. I'm here to grant both your wishes. Before she's eaten, her head tilts left. After she's emptied Asa's fridge, she leans right. For most of the manga, her head leans left. I guess she's hungry or something. After chapter 130 run, right after, and in chapter 131, right after she's eaten in the cafe with Yoshida, her head leans right. Maybe, actually, that doesn't seem like that much of a stretch. I feel like that's a decent explanation of not Yoru, Fami's head tilting. Like, maybe it is like how the scale balances a famine and the rich eating, like, you know, the pigs at the top. Based Fami? I guess, yeah, maybe that's not as much of a stretch as I thought then. You ever think we'll get an explanation for the horseman's eyes? I think it's just like a cool like indicator of like these devils are special. I do believe at first Fujimoto just drew cool eyes, because Power has cool eyes too. Some characters just have cool eyes, but and like Cosmo has cool eyes too. But then when he decided to do part 2 and expand upon the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, then he decided to make like Makima's cool eyes a thing for special devils. I have a general question. If you wanted to sell Chainsaw Man to someone who has not read it before, how would you do so? Chainsaw Man, reading Chainsaw Man is like if you took a shonen manga and it's if you smoked crystal meth and tried your hand at writing a shonen manga, but you were a goated artist and a very creative person. I mean, that's the meme way I would say it, but God, that's such a fantastic question. I've never thought about like a Chainsaw Man elevator pitch to prospective readers. Oh, Zizu, what's up, dude? I did see your message that I'm sorry I haven't responded yet. I saw your message that you read Mujina Into the Deep, and I'm so fucking happy you picked it up because I knew you were gonna like it. Obviously, it's not so far in yet, but I'm assuming it's gonna be fucking goated. But God, I want to figure out, Brian. I want to figure out a great way to sell someone. I'm actually going to make an elevator pitch for prospective Chainsaw Man readers. Jake, are you interested in writing at all, or do you enjoy reading? So as a musician, because I have a degree in songwriting, so I am interested in writing a lot. I am a very creative person. I have all my instruments behind me right there. I do a lot of music writing, music playing. I have thought about before, I want to teach myself how to draw. I would love to make my own manga someday. I think that'd be a lot of fun. The only problem is that I'm a dog shit artist. I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, and I used to love drawing dinosaurs and dragons. But I want to draw anime and manga. And the problem is, to get good, you have to practice. And every time I practice, I draw like shit, and I'm like, God damn it, why can't I be good? And I don't want to do it anymore. But maybe when I'm after I've moved, I can do some more drawing practice. Then maybe I can write my own manga. I am interested in it, though. I'm very interested in it. And Kobenis, what you said back there about part 2 being on Jump Plus is a blessing because you don't have to worry about people spoiling things before the actual chapter comes out. I am also totally on that vibe, dude. I'm so glad about that. I would send them a panel of Denji eating, falling while she complains that she isn't a corn dog. That's what I did to my little sister. That's a good way to sell someone on Chainsaw Man. As an artist, it took me 3 years to get somewhat good. See, that's what scares me, you know? I want to be a good artist, but I know it's going to take a long-ass time. But, yes, I do want to make my own manga someday. How would you guys, in all seriousness, how would you sell someone on Chainsaw Man that would be a prospective Chainsaw Man reader? Like, to read it. Maybe not watch the anime, but read the manga. How would you sell it? Or watch the anime, depending on what you're trying to sell someone on. How would you guys sell that? Oh my god. Dude, the Suntory Whiskey Ginger Ales that I've been nursing are so fucking good. When selling someone on Chainsaw Man, I just sell them Sharknado or Chainsaw Cycle. Those are epic, and those are epic moments in Chainsaw Man, but I feel like like Chainsaw Man it's like the best parts of Chainsaw Man aren't even the silly parts. They're like, it's like in the writing. It is the most, I would say it's one of the most original manga I've ever read. That's a great way, I would say. It is the most original battle shonen I've ever read. I was just thinking about how Chainsaw Man has become such a regular part of my life that when Fujimoto ends it, I'd feel a bit empty. Zizu, sometimes I get scared thinking about what is going to happen in my life when Chainsaw Man ends. That's why I would really love, if Fujimoto kept the Chainsaw Man universe going, even after Chainsaw Man ends, like maybe he writes another manga called like, I don't know, like Dark Red Blood, something edgy like that, and it's about like maybe like the Chainsaw Man universe in the 70s or 80s or 60s or whatever, like a vintage Chainsaw Man universe, even though we're in the 90s, or maybe a modern Chainsaw Man universe, Chainsaw Man in the year of 2023 or something. Something like that would be like fucking sick if he keeps the universe going. Like Boruto, but good. Exactly. Okay, I guess this is the last thing, as at least as part of the Chainsaw Man general manga discussion that I thought would be fun to talk about. Which devil has the costliest or most expensive contract? At least in the Chainsaw Man universe so far. You know, the future devil definitely has a pretty costly contract, either, you know, giving up your eyesight or half your lifespan. I think Cursed Devil probably takes the cake of, you know, you have to give up a lot of your life to even use the Cursed Devil. Or unless you're Santa Claus, who can seemingly just use it for giving up senses, like feeling or taste, or I guess you didn't have to give up taste. Or like, what devil do you think would have a costly contract? Like to work with the Gun Devil, what do you have to give? You know? No, dude, Carlos, that's exactly how I feel. Like, I'm in such a Chainsaw Man echo chamber that how would I tell someone like, what's so good about it? I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think, by next week's stream, I'm going to have a good idea in mind as to how I would sell someone on Chainsaw Man. I'm going to make an elevator pitch for it. And we're going to come back to it. Okay, wait, I think I see some good things in here, though. And also, I do agree, Zizu. I like Fujimoto's original ideas, too. Maybe he could make, like, one-shots and stuff like that with his cool ideas. Maybe make new mangas with his new ideas, but I'd like him to keep coming back to the universe, you know? So Chainsaw Man is like a battle shonen without any of the bad parts. No long monologues during fights, no lack of relationship development, no ass-pull power-ups. That's a good way to sell it, too. I feel like Falling's powers would be very cool to have, just messing around with gravity. What do you think a cost to a contract like that would be like? What do you reckon? So you get to mess with gravity and fuck people's lives up. But what's the cost of that? What do you think the cost of that would be? Like, would you have to give up, like, both of your arms, but you can still control gravity? Maybe you have to give up your legs, and you can control gravity. Like, what do you have to give to the Falling Devil to use her powers? She seems like actually maybe she would have somewhat agreeable, an agreeable contract, like not too severe or harsh. I feel like the Darkness Devil would be like, you try to get a contract and you just die. Like, you just cannot have a contract. Like, yeah, you can use my power, but you have to fucking die and then not use my power. Your bladder control. That would be a harsh giveaway. I like selling it as a crazy action series because it doesn't prepare people for good. Wait, what was that? Sorry. I like selling it as a crazy action series because it doesn't prepare people for how good it is with the actual writing. It's a good surprise for them. I feel you in that regard. Because the writing, I feel like actually with Chainsaw Man, you get the cool action parts, like a dark fantasy series. Then you get actually fucking smacked over the head with how good the writing of the series is. Cook Folly a gourmet meal 5 times a day. Make her a 5-course human meal. I see lots of food in the Falling Devil's arrangement. Contracts don't always have to be giving up a body part. Maybe they make you commit a horrible act to gain their trust. Yeah, it could be that. It could be like you have to murder your parents. Or like rob a bank or something. A lot of it's been like there has to be like a physical sacrifice of yourself for these for the devils though. Or sometimes you actually have to like multiple human lives has to be sacrificed. The Hell Devil, that's pretty intense. I think like 5 people have to die, 4 people have to die. Maybe it's 4 people have to die to summon the Hell Devil to send people to hell. 5 people have to die to, like 5 children have to die to make the Hell Devil appear on Earth. Or 5 people. Basically, the easiest way to sell Chainsaw Man is to undersell it, as weird as it sounds. I guess like how I would sell it, if I were trying to get a general anime fan into it, I would say it is a dark fantasy series, where a human gains inhuman powers in a world where inhuman nightmares plague humanity. Kind of like Tokyo Ghoul, but cooler, is how I would sell it. It's like a less edgy Tokyo Ghoul, but with over-the-top action and gore, like to a comedic degree. That's not a bad way to sell it, don't you think? And then like when you get blindsided by the good story, like that's what keeps people. Thoughts? And I think that's how Chainsaw Man actually, that's how it got me. That's how I got so addicted to the series, how I fell in love with it, is because I was sold on it as something that could fill the void that Tokyo Ghoul left in my heart, where it's an over-the-top, dark fantasy series, where there's some edginess, but it's more of like good fights, good powers, a dark universe where there are these unhuman creatures that plague humanity and kill humans for fun, but there are people that have to fight back against them. But one person in particular has to become the thing that like kills that plagues humanity the most, the devils, like kind of like Ken Kaneki becoming a ghoul. That's what sold me on it. I was like, okay, this is a series that's kind of what I like. It's like a Tokyo Ghoul knockoff is what I thought. Then I read it and the story was just amazing. So yeah, that's a good way to undersell it. That's a fantastic way to put it. And then you get addicted to it. That's why we have so many people with Chainsaw Man hyperfixations. Okay, so I'm going to put a pin in Chainsaw Man. I'm going to put a pin. Just a small pin. We're going to come back to it because we still have the Future Devil thing to talk about. But there is one more there are 2 more big things I kind of wanted to talk about. I don't know how many of you guys are into Insomniacs after school. I did want to talk about this at some point. I delayed my stream so I could read the most recent chapter. It was a long 15-day wait between the last chapter and this newest chapter. Good to see you, Sheen Altima. Have a wonderful morning, noon, night, wherever you might be out in the big wide world. Yeah, so Insomniacs After School is a manga that is very near and dear to my heart right now. I binged the entire thing in this span of a week last month, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And today I got hit with the terrible news that Insomniacs After School is ending. It's actually ending in 2 chapters, I think after today's chapter. So I pulled up Anime News Network so we could talk about it a little bit. I wonder if I just do this, will it go back to normal? Okay. There we go. So let me read this to you guys. So, this is on Anime News Network. Insomniacs After School manga ends in 2 chapters. Fucking tragic. This year's 33rd issue of Shogakukan's Big Comic Spirits magazines announced on Tuesday that Makoto Ojiro's Insomniacs After School Kimi wa Houkago Insomnia manga will end in 2 chapters. The manga's next chapter will be published in the magazine's 35th issue, which will release on July 31st. If there are no delays, the manga will end on the 125th chapter on August 7th. Fucking kill me, dude. That actually crushed me when I read that today. Ojiro launched the manga in Big Comic Spirits in May 2019. Shogakukan published the manga's 13th compiled book volume on June 12th. The manga's 14th volume will ship this fall. Viz Media licensed the manga in English and released the manga's third compiled volume on September 19th, which is my birthday. The company describes the story. Two sleepless teenagers find kinship as they escape to their school's astronomy observatory. Unable to sleep at night, Ganta Nakami is cranky in class and unpopular with his classmates. He discovers that the school observatory, once used by the now defunct astronomy club, may be the perfect place for a nap. But he's not alone. Fellow Insomniac Isaki Magari is willing to share the observatory with Nakami, and a friendship between the two begins as they bond over the most unlikely of things. Dark rumors about what befell the members of the astronomy club keep people away from the school observatory, and that's what makes the perfect sanctuary for Nakami and Magari to get some much-needed rest. Unfortunately, the school faculty can't allow its unsanctioned use, but if there were a new astronomy club, maybe these two Insomniacs could have a place to call home. Yeah, and there was a manga that streamed on High Dive. It started April 10th. The anime, I don't think it was okay. I watched most of it. It's great, actually. It's a fine adaptation. There were a few things that were like kind of cringe at some points, but the manga is just amazing. It's such a beautiful series. Does the series feel like it's ending from where you're caught up, or is it like a Kaguya situation where it feels like there's too many untied threads? It did not in the slightest feel like, at least before today, when I first read this headline right here, that it was going to end in 2 chapters, it did not in the slightest feel like it was ready. It did not in the slightest. I was so fucking worried about it. I actually, my tummy hurted, you know? I was so worried about it, but after today's chapter, I could see it. I think, honestly, though, like, I knew it was going to get to the end at some point, but I feel like we had, like, 20 more chapters, not just 2. Because, obviously, the majority of the series takes place over the course of a year, and then there's essentially a 2-year time skip. And after the 2-year time skip, I was like, okay, I could see it maybe either getting close to the end or some kind of big development or something. And that is kind of what we got. Sorry, I was just wiping the fucking gross dust off of my computer, my monitor stand. What's it about? There's a synopsis right here. I'll read it to you again, because you probably just got in here. But two sleepless teenagers find kinship as they escape to their school's astronomy observatory. Unable to sleep at night, Ganta Nakami is cranky in class and unpopular with his classmates. He discovers that the school observatory, once used by the now defunct astronomy club, may be the perfect place for a nap. But he's not alone. Fellow Insomniac Isaki Magari is willing to share the observatory with Nakami, and a friendship between the two begins as they bond over the most unlikely of things. Dark rumors about what befell the members of the astronomy club keep people away from the school's observatory, and that's what makes it the perfect sanctuary for Nakami and Magari to get some much-needed rest. Unfortunately, the school faculty can't allow its unsanctioned use, but if there were a new astronomy club, maybe these two Insomniacs could have a place to call home. Now, that is what I would call the elevator pitch for Insomniacs After School. To be honest, though, it's more than just that. It's a story. It's like a romance. It's like I don't want to call it a rom-com. It's a rom-dram. It's a drama. It deals with a lot of heavy topics like chronic illness. I don't think it's necessarily going the Your Lie in April route. I fucking hope not. But there's a lot. It's a very mature series for what it is, and that's part of what makes it so special. That's part of what makes me so sad that that's ending now. Ah, thank you, Robin. Actually, so my birthday is in September 19th, which is the same day that the manga's 3rd compiled volume comes out in English. But so it's not my birthday yet. My birthday is still 2 months away. 2 months away. But, you know, I'm getting there. Ugh, I'm getting old, dude. I'm getting old. Yeah. I think we had some good Insomniac conversation. So I'm just moving my screen back to where it was, because the next thing I wanted to do is usually the last thing we end up doing. I'm gonna turn off the music because this is the most important part. It is time we take a look at the Future Devil's prediction. We're already at that part of today's stream. We're already there. Oh, August 1st is your birthday on the 1st? Nice. Yeah, that is a Tuesday. I hope there is a Chainsaw Man chapter. I'm going to a concert that night. I'm seeing a band I really like. But okay, I'm gonna remember that. Carlos Valencia, happy belated birthday. 23. You're so fucking young, dude. Yeah, I'm 25. I'm gonna be fucking old. All right. Oh yeah, Meat Eye Psycho, absolutely Zizu. Let's hit him with a Meat Eye Psycho first. The Future Devil, you're too much. The Future Devil seems to be having fun teasing us. Indeed, Meat Eye Psycho. He's not teasing us, is he? The future rules. All right, let's figure this out. Shit. Pasting. Fuck. Oh my god, my copy and paste isn't working very well right now. Okay. What the hell? Alright, that should have worked. Alright. Here we go. Oh, great and powerful Future Devil. What is going to happen in Chainsaw Man Chapter 136? Croc or no croc this week? I'm hoping no crocs. But at the same time, I feel like I should eat the crocs at some point. Oh, fuck off, dude. The Future Devil says, oh, this is going to be a good one. In Chainsaw Man Chapter 136, you're finally going to see that Chainsaw Devil in all of his glory. The Future Devil pauses dramatically again. The Future Devil pauses dramatically again. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So technically, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another picture of Black Chainsaw Man in tomorrow's chapter. And if we do, that's not a crockable offense. Do we think? Is that a crockable offense? Okay, no, okay. If we see Black Chainsaw Man actually appear in the manga, that's a crock. That is a crock. If Black Chainsaw Man appears tomorrow, I will actually cook up some crocs and eat them. My trusty pair of crocs. And I'll buy some new ones. But a picture doesn't count. A reference doesn't count. A flashback maybe counts as some kind of consolation for you guys. But not a croc. If we see actual Pochita Black Chainsaw Man, that's what's going to count. If he actually appears, yes. That seems unlikely enough. Alrighty. I think, you know what? Oh, God, I wish I could go a little longer. I just don't have anything else to talk about. But thank you guys so much for joining me in today's stream. It looks like we have 20 likes on this stream, which thank you guys so much for leaving likes as you watch this. It makes me feel good about it. And thank you guys so much for spending your Monday night with me. As I always say, I love these streams. I love talking to you guys about well, just anything, whether it be Chainsaw Man, about what's going on in life. Unfortunately, I don't have any ice cream in my fridge, so it is not ice cream time. But we will probably reconvene here again on Monday night for another stream, whether there's a new chapter or not. I'd love to do more streams in the week, but like I said earlier, once I move, I'm probably going to stream 3 to 4 times a week because I'll just have more time to do so. In my current situation, I just don't got the time right now. You feel me? But it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Probably I move in August, so late August, early September. I will be streaming more, and it'll be a lot of yeah, I am old, Robin. Goddamn. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. And Fammy, I'm sorry for disappointing you, but maybe we'll do better next week. Thank you guys so much. I will see you. Wait, let me get the music going again. Oh, there probably won't be a discussion after the chapter releases tomorrow, but that could be a thing coming soon. That could be a thing coming soon. But good night, guys. Thank you for joining me. Turn up the music now.